Hello, I am Anklion. I have decided to make this my first video because it has a deep and important meaning to me. In short, Anklion means brave lion, but that doesn't do it any justice. It has a lot of meaning behind it. To get the full understanding of it, then I need to first tell you who I was at the time when I created this, and a friend that inspired me to go down this path. It all started one day in January or early February of 2020. My friend, who we'll call S, he was a guy in my class that I talked to every so often. He'd talk about our day, our future, our hobbies, etc. This day, we're in consumers talking about what we're going to do after school, and he brought up that he's going to physio for his knee. He played cricket, and he was batting, and the ball bounced off of the floor and hit his knee on the side where he didn't have any protection. It was so bad that he had to stop playing. He said that if he could, he would play cricket for a living. Apparently, he got sponsors and went pro as a kid and preteen. We eventually got onto the topic of our future jobs. He said he wanted to be a pilot, but that it was out of the question for a certain reason that I don't remember. But he said that he was determined to become one, no matter what, and that he would make a plan. I told him that I wanted to start drawing and writing, but I just didn't feel motivated to do so. He said something along the lines of, the best time to start doing something is today, and the second best is tomorrow. I said something like, easier said than done. He said, nothing is impossible. He talked about his company that he started at 14, and that if he could do it, so could I. It was a video capture company that used drones. He would rent them out for services to events like concerts or weddings. At the beginning, he didn't know what to do, but he learned as he went. He just started one day and stuck to it. He told me to do it like that, to just start and figure it out as I go. I kind of brushed it off at first. March of 2020, COVID hit. We were imprisoned in our houses. School was on laptops. After a month or so, I stopped attending Zoom classes because I couldn't concentrate and the Zoom system sucks. My chronic illness didn't help either. That wasn't diagnosed at the time. For about 3 weeks, chilling in my house, I got bored and was watching some YouTube when I came across JK News. They put out a video about astral projection. So I was like, hey, I can try this thing out. I'd either fall asleep or have an out-of-body experience. I lie down with some music and I start floating out of my body, shifting between third person and first person, and then back again. My actual self was dark blue with black swirls all over my body. At times, my body turned red and yellow, but it stayed blue the majority of time. Anyway, I floated out of my house into the sky, where I'm transported to a black mirror world. The ground is water-like. It's reflective, but everything around me is pitch black. I then see a red samurai and giant blue wolf fighting. They both have the same patterns on them. The samurai wins and starts to come at me. The next thing I know, multiple animals show up out of nowhere to defend me. A yellow giraffe, a red wolf, a blue eagle, etc. 3 of them stand out, however. 1 yellow lion, 1 green sparrow, 1 green kestrel. It's like they're one with me. It's weird to describe it like that, but that's what it was. And just like that, I wake up after about 30 minutes. I'm more inclined to think that this was a fever dream than a spiritual awakening, because the spiritual awakenings aren't that easy, I would guess. You don't just sit down and do it. Anyway, a couple days later, the words of S come to me. I thought, hey, I'm stuck inside, so I might as well start drawing. So I start coming up with names based on the fever dream I had. The first was kestrel, green kestrel, blue kestrel, yellow kestrel. None of them had a good ring to it for me. Then I tried falcon, because I thought the kestrel was a falcon at first. Green falcon didn't sound nice. Blue falcon was taken. I then tried sparrow. Green sparrow, which is gay porn somehow. Yellow, as well as red are both birds. Certain colors just don't roll off the tongue, so I avoided them. Then lion, quite fitting because I'm a Leo, 3rd of August 2003. Yellow lion is a little too head-on for me. I didn't like the sound of blue lion, green lion, or red lion either. So ant lion, taken on Twitch. Leo lion, taken on Twitch as well. I googled names that start with A, found Ank, which means brave in Welsh. I don't know how accurate it is though. I tried Anklio, taken on Instagram. I tried Anklion, taken on Instagram as well. Finally, Anklion, taken on Twitch, but only Twitch. So I added one to the end. Bob's your uncle, new name. I need to change it back to Anklion on YouTube, but I can't on Instagram for some reason. Twitch is Anklion TV. So there you have it. That is the story of my name. You might be wondering why the video hasn't ended. Well, there's a lot more to the story. I started an Instagram first. It seems less daunting than a Twitch and a YouTube, so I started Instagram. I decided to draw every single day, no matter what, regardless of when and where. I did draw every single day until I caught COVID, where me and my entire class were sent home. Then the entire school was sent home as well because the teacher caught COVID as well. We were sent home for 10 days. I was sick as a dog, in part due to COVID, as well as my chronic illness that had not been diagnosed. The end of my COVID session, the 10 days, was supposed to be the 5th of August. So let me slow things down a bit. My COVID week was set to stop on the 5th of August. It's currently the 4th of August. You're watching YouTube or drinking water. It's early in the morning. You're really tired because your brain is foggy. You have a blocked nose. And then you get a message. Dear learners, yes, grade 11, a beloved scholar and friend has passed away after a car accident the past weekend. As a school, our condolences goes out to his family and friends. You sit there on the bed, stunned. Not a thought comes to your mind for hours. So you write a poem. Only thing you can think of. Only thing that you can think of. Sunrise, the birth of a new day. Sunset, the day is put to rest. Long days are full with wonder and fulfillment. This doesn't mean a short day isn't less fulfilling or not as filled with wonder. It just means the sun sets earlier. The only thing we can do is do all we can with our day. We truly don't know when the sun will set. At the time, I felt numb. I felt terrible. Because you should feel something when someone dies, wouldn't you? You should feel sad. You should feel angry. Why didn't I feel anything? I still don't know. A week passes, and it's S's funeral. It's in the middle of COVID, so we're streaming it on YouTube. The date of S's death is Monday, the 3rd of August, 2020. That was my birthday, my 17th birthday. The school said that he died on the weekend, but the message came through on the 4th, skipping over the 3rd. Whenever I think of him dying on my birthday, I think that I'm an asshole, that I'm such an arrogant pig, that I'm using his memory to bring sympathy to myself. S is an integral part of who I am. He aimed big and told me to aim big too, to start now, to reach to the sky. He didn't know it, but S helped me start this. I want to remember him with this video, my first video, in honor of him. I often think that I don't care about him because I didn't feel anything when he died, but he made a mark on me that has stuck with me. I think of him every so often. It was at first every day, then every week, then every month, but I still think of him with sadness and admiration for him. A couple months later, I got sick and ended up in hospital, making me bedridden for the rest of the year. That's a story for another day.